Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to speak to all of you guys who are stressing about your circumstances or who might be despairing over your circumstances or who might think that what you're going through or what you have to face is insurmountable and there's no way to get your desire. So I want to help you give a different perspective to these circumstances, which will help you overcome your resistance to them. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So as you know, I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis, I coach a lot of people, and I would say the number one theme that I see, or rather the number one challenge people seem to be facing when they're manifesting their desires, is how to overcome their circumstances. They look at the 3D, they see this circumstance, the other circumstance, and the human mind immediately jumps to, how am I going to be able to overcome this? This is too hard, this is too difficult, this is too impossible, this is insurmountable, this is a huge obstacle, this is something that is setting me back so much, and I'm not going to be able to get my desire without it being removed. But how do I even remove it? It sounds impossible. And so the number one challenge people tend to face when they're working on living in the end of their desire is contending with these circumstances and giving them power and giving them significance and giving them the meaning that they're now setting me back from getting my desire. They are a huge obstacle to me getting my desire. So what if I told you guys that these circumstances are actually there for a reason? And what if I went even a step further and told you that as impossible as they look, as horrible as they sound, as unpleasant and as undesirable as they might seem to you, you actually need these circumstances to get to your desire. And I know and I understand that at first glance, this concept sounds wild. It sounds out there. It sounds completely crazy. Let's say if you're manifesting a specific person and there is now a third party in the picture, you're going to say, well, how does the third party serve me? How and why do I need that third party to be there, to be in the picture, standing between me and my SP, and pretty much blocking my access to my SP? Or let's say you're manifesting money and you're bankrupt or you're broke and you have bills piling up and you're wondering, why on earth do I need these bills piling up and why do I need to be broke when all I need is having money, and all those bills piling up are actually making it harder for me to get to where I want to be. So I completely get the first instinctual reaction to this concept and to this idea. However, if that undesirable circumstance or seemingly undesirable circumstance hadn't happened in your life, for example, if your SP hadn't broken up with you, or if your SP hadn't chosen a third party over you, or maybe you broke up and then they started dating someone else, whatever the situation might be, would you be here now, growing spiritually, learning about the law, improving yourself, building better and better versions of yourself, expanding your consciousness, and in the process, conquering all your fears, conquering all your insecurities, all your doubts, acquiring self-mastery of your thoughts, your feelings, your states, and in the process, by the way, getting your SP back as well. And oh, by the way, since you're now a better, improved version of yourself, getting your SP back as a new, better, improved versions of themselves as well. If that third party hadn't come into the picture, would you actually be compelled to look into your self-concept? Would you be compelled to look at your core beliefs and your core assumptions and starting to make shifts to move away from all those old patterns of the past and to move into better, improved, expanded versions of yourself? Chances are, to take the example of the relationship, if you had remained as your old self, your specific person would also have remained as their old self. You wouldn't have been able to change your perceptions of them. And you would either be living a very mediocre relationship with them, a very unsatisfying relationship with them, or the relationship would have ended anyway, third party or no third party, and you'd just be wallowing in your misery, feeling disempowered, feeling helpless, feeling hopeless, or feeling very angry perhaps at them. In any event, you wouldn't have been motivated to bring out a better version of yourself, which in turn is going to bring out a new, different, better version of your specific person, which in turn is going to be the foundation for your relationship being much stronger, much sturdier, much more secure, much more loving and stable for the years to come once it manifests. Same with all other desires. The example I gave about money. If you hadn't gotten to the point where you are broke, where the bills are piling up, would you have been compelled to look into your patterns when it comes to money? Would you have been compelled to look into your core assumptions and your core beliefs around money? Would you have been compelled to grow yourself, to evolve, to develop as a person, to become better? For example, maybe obtain more education or devise a business that you wouldn't otherwise have started. The reality, you guys, is that pain and necessity are the two biggest motivators for people to change, to evolve, and to grow. Someone who is fully immersed in their comfort zone is not going to be motivated to get out of that comfort zone and grow themselves and develop themselves and evolve into something better. So most likely they're going to continue to live a life of mediocrity at best. The circumstances may seem unpleasant. They may seem completely undesirable. They may seem even downright horrible. However, consider that concept and that idea that you may actually need them to get to your manifestation and to get to the fulfillment of your desire in the 3D. Your circumstances are never your enemy, as much as it may feel like that. Instead, they are, number one, your feedback about what is happening in your inner world. What are your core beliefs, your core assumptions, your dominant patterns, perhaps even your subconscious patterns, and what changes and shifts you need to make to shift your circumstances in turn. And number two, they are also your motivator to start growing, evolving, changing, looking within, and improving yourself into higher and better versions and into a more and more expanded consciousness. So as much as you might be dreading your circumstances right now, and it's totally understandable from a human point of view, no one likes difficulties, no one likes hardship, everyone likes a smooth sail, myself included, everyone, all of us. However, at the same time, we also need to start seeing the circumstances as serving a purpose that at the end of the day actually serves us and is there to help us ultimately get to our desire. So I'm hoping this will give you guys a new perspective with which to look at your circumstances. And it is my hope that you will stop fearing them, you will stop giving them power, you will stop allowing them to take control over you, and instead you take control over them by seeing them for what they are, seeing them as guides, as feedback, and as something that is necessary to motivate you and allow you and help you to grow in order to get to your desire. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.